everyone. Welcome to With Whit. I'm actually really excited to be here today, which I know may sound sort of rude for all you guys because it may seem like I'm never otherwise excited, but I don't know. For some reason today, I think it's just because I'm alone in the house. Penny is chill and sleeping at the foot of my bed. I'm drinking a coffee. It's slightly overcast. I'm about to go get a peel, an intense laser, which means I can't really leave the house for 5 days, which I'm quietly slash not so quietly excited for. But let's just take a second to get a little bit of the nervous energy out of me, a little bit of the performance anxiety, the jitters. Let's just take a moment, take the time, make this space calming and soothing and centering for all of us, wherever we are at, whether you're in your car, whether you're laying in bed, whether you're on a walk, whether you're cooking and listening to this in the kitchen, whether you're laying on the beach or by a pool, which sounds amazing. Where else do people listen to podcasts? Just on their commute to work. Let's get into the episode. This light is hanging by a thread. I am going to create a new space for us here at With Wit. I want to record more date nights and more solos, and that just means us having to produce them on our own. But I want to get the setup situated so that when you guys are watching, you're like, this isn't shit. So we're working on that. I'm actually working with this furniture company called Allison Studio that's going to help me revamp the space in the house, the guest bedroom. That's not going to be a guest bedroom anymore. Sorry, guys. We got to prioritize our spaces and what we need in our lives to create more consistency. Okay. So I have been realizing that September to me is the real new year. It's not obviously the champagne and party and fun like January, but it honestly feels like that new energy, new routine, new notebooks, sharpened pencils, new to-do lists, that feeling of starting fresh. And obviously, even though I'm not in school anymore, I feel that same sort of nervous excitement. And I'm definitely feeling that vicariously through Sonny. And I'm also just thinking that for myself, what is this next chapter going to be? And moreover, what do I want it to look like? Honestly, per usual, I feel like this chapter, I'm just craving for things to be a little bit simpler, a little more intentional, because honestly, lately, I just feel like I have been spreading myself a little bit thin. And I think all that a bit has to do with it being summer and what Timmy and I were discussing last week with the juggling of it all when Sonny's out of school. And I hate complaining about Sonny because he's such a joy and I only have one. And I hate hearing myself complain about one or just about having a kid. I don't like the sound of it, but it is such a juggle and was such a juggle during summer that I really feel that need for consistency and getting back into some normalcy for all aspects, for all of my senses. So I just feel like I have been spread thin, emotionally, physically, creatively. And I've been asking myself, what do I actually want my life to feel like? Not what do I want to produce or post or accomplish, but what do I actually want to wake up and feel? This podcast is always me thinking out loud with you. So if you're here, thank you for holding space for that. Thank you for always allowing this to be a space for that. And hopefully it helps guide you on your own journeys to find what makes you light up. And that's what life is about, right? Am I in a midlife crisis? Timmy asked me that last week and I was like, maybe I am. I don't know. I feel like I've been saying to myself a lot lately, I'm a creative and I want to be creative. And I just like, I've been hearing that word and it sort of sounds like a little bit cringy, but at the same time, like it does just feel true. It also confuses me sometimes because creativity doesn't always just like neatly fit into one box. And especially how I've crafted my career, I don't feel like I fit into a box. I wear a lot of hats. I design, I consult, I post, I record podcasts, I parent, I listen, I dream, I like pretend to be someone that goes on Shark Tank all the time and like have a million different ideas and businesses that I want to pitch. I don't know. Sometimes like being called a quote influencer or a creator makes me feel like I'm reduced to one dimension when what I actually love is just like so much more layered. And I'm trying to figure out how to translate that or how to actually like live and breathe that. So, what lights me up, like when I really think about it, what lights me up is imagining the little things that make women's lives like happier and more beautiful. Like, for instance, the glass candy bowl that sits on your coffee table that just like makes it sparkle. And whether it has gummies or not, it is something that is an art object that can like elevate your aesthetic, but also help with your mood. Or like what I'm doing with courting, where I'm thinking about designing that perfect tennis tee and the perfect pair of sweats that you want to wear on the court that make you feel amazing while playing your favorite sport and doing your favorite thing. Like, it's not about selling something, but about enhancing the rituals and hobbies that we already love. Here's the tension though for me. Like I overthink it. I spiral about it. I'll sit with the content and think about it. I won't post it. I'll be like, is this relevant? Is this good enough? Is this too much? What are my mom friends thinking? And I'm just like tired of that. Like I don't want to overthink. I want to share because I love something and not because it checks the box. And I don't want to not share because someone else may have an opinion about it. Like I just want to stop thinking like that. And I feel like I preach that, but I don't live that. I want to show the freedom and the joy in my creativity. And part of me feels like I'm scared to let go of that perfection. Like even yesterday, I posted something of our backyard, and this is so simple and stupid, but like I didn't like that the furniture covers were on the chair, and I like almost didn't post it because I didn't like that. And I just don't want to be like that. I don't want to sit here and live this life of like putting on a front. Like I don't. It's just sort of exhausting for me. And I also want to create and share without feeling like a test, like it's like some sort of performance, like how I did, you know? I just want to experiment. And honestly, maybe that's why I keep coming back to LA itself. I've been thinking a lot about how when I'm traveling, I'm so motivated to share and create and I'm inspired. And like, I guess that sounds a little cliche. Like, obviously, we travel in order to open ourselves up and to gain inspiration and to see new things. But I get spoiled and I feel like I want to be living that life all the time. So then when I'm home, I just get this feeling of like boredom and routine. And I feel like nothing is interesting and nothing that I'm doing is new or worthy of sharing. And I need to stop feeling that way. Like I need to stop overthinking. So this is me just like saying all that out loud so I can cement it and actually live it. The city, getting back into the city, like it's so alive and there's so much to see. And I want to stop thinking about moving because I feel like me being in that train of thought is me not accepting the fact that I'm here and actually enjoying it and opening myself up to like living happily here. I want to like be more free with my schedule. I want to be like eating out more, like going to visit random coffee shops, going to boutiques, going to thrift shops, like going to see the ocean, going to the mountains, going on hikes, like taking advantage of it. And sometimes I just feel like I'm rushing through LA instead of actually living in it. I'm like inside on my phone or in my bubble in the car or like overthinking a caption instead of drinking a latte outside on my freaking deck. And I want to flip that. Like, I want to wake my senses up again. I want to taste, I want to smell, I want to touch all of it. I know that it's out there, and I feel like such a loser for being such a hater about this city, because when I actually live, like, then the creative stuff flows naturally, and then I won't have to be sitting here thinking about how I'm going to be creative. When I'm grinding, it dries up. I don't want to be living that life. I want to be enjoying and creating.
I just have to say this, especially to any parents planning a birthday or celebration for their kids. If you want to make a party feel a little extra special and really memorable, Ring Pop needs to be on your list. We recently used them at Sonny's 8th birthday, which was all sports themed because we know that's all Sonny's into right now. And Ring Pop honestly completely stole the show. The bright colors, the bold flavors, the iconic gem shape, just like all the kids were obsessed with it. It made everything feel more playful, more fun, and special. The kids obviously loved them, not just as candy, but as part of the experience as jewelry. They wore them like championship rings, as necklaces, ran around showing them off, debated which flavor was the best. They became like a whole activity. One of the best things about Ring Pop, too, is that it can work for a party of any theme. It's just like an added accessory to your party. It brings out like this whimsical, nostalgic, over the top energy that kids go nuts for. They really hit the nostalgia factor for me. For all parents, you'll love them as much as you did when you were a kid as well. So if you're looking for an easy treat that turns any party into an over-the-top celebration, I highly suggest Ring Pop as your go-to. Sonny and I are full-on Ring Pop super fans now. We're always going to have it in our pantry. I even started keeping a stash of them for surprise treats for the whole family. Follow at Ring Pop Official on Instagram and TikTok for more party content and inspiration, so you can throw your friends and family a party that's over the top with Ring Pop too.
You guys, today I am going to get a CO2 laser. It's a Fraxel laser. I'm going to Moy Fincher Chips Dermatology on Rodeo in Beverly Hills, and something that I've done very light around my eyes before, but I'm really, really excited to do it because I've just been noticing so many more dark spots, so much more creepiness. The area around my eyes is just like, it really bothers me. I'm just really self-conscious about, and I don't want to be putting in a bunch of stuff. And I've been hearing about lasers, and I've been told that once a year, a good deep laser is a great thing for skin resurfacing and all the spots. So I'm going to do it today, and I'm nervous because I heard I'm going to look like a crazy person and that days 2 to 4 are going to be the worst. But I'm also, like I said, excited to just like chill and not do anything. So like, this is the area here. See this like crepiness around here. And then I just want to get a little bit of these like dark spots and red spots looked at. That's what's going on today. I have been thinking a lot about consistency with my skincare too, and not just doing these like quick fixes. I've been going to Lisa at Good Skin for a couple years now, and she does all my Botox, and she was doing a little bit of Sculptra, and she did some CO2 here and there, but it's really like every 4 to 6 months, I'm doing like a little bit of upkeep. But really, I feel like right now what I want to focus on is my skin health and just like my skin surface, and just doing the basics every day, like really taking care of it. If I'm going to invest in these lasers, like really, really taking care of it. And thinking about retinols, or I don't know, like, it's like I talk to so many people, you would think that I would be the expert on all this shit, but like, it's also, everybody tells me a million different things that then I get confused about what the best thing is. Honestly, every friend that I have that has incredible skin, and each dermatologist and plastic surgeon that I've spoken to consistently has said that once a year, like a good laser, like a CO2, is something that can really reset your skin. And I want to try it. Sometimes when I talk about this, I feel so vain, but I'm like, I don't have to be thinking so deeply about it. And it's not about an obsession either. It's just for me, like maintenance and just feeling fresh and good about myself. And then the rest of the year, it's just going to be about being consistent. So I'm choosing not to shame myself for wanting to take care of my skin in bigger ways sometimes. And we're allowed to want that. Moving on, let's do a little bit of reflection about the Catskills retreat. The Catskills retreat was definitely another mirror for me. And don't get me wrong, I had such a lovely time and I would do it again in a heartbeat. But I think that I would set myself up for success better leading up to it and then after it, not scheduling something. I sound like such a baby bitch complaining about all this shit. But let me just give you my real thoughts. Like the Catskills trip was beautiful. It was amazing. I felt so grateful to be there. Like it was cozy, it was stylish, it was full of people that were so sweet and caring and inspiring to be around. There were moments that were just like so special, celebrating and like actually connecting with these women, like hearing their stories. I realize I only have one eye gel on. Dinners in the garden, the pool time, just like all felt so special. Like it felt like summer camp. I will say, like, I also felt completely drained after. Like, my social battery was completely fried. It is hard for me to be around a group of people for a span of 3 days. Like, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and that's okay. I also had to go to Vegas right after for a work trip, and I felt really guilty and bad for my work colleagues in Vegas because I was coming off this trip and felt like my social battery was depleted and they didn't deserve the version of me that showed up on that trip. And I ended up like taking an early flight the next day home. We were done at the magic show a little bit early and everyone was going to stick around and go to the pool and like bond a little bit more as a team. Like this is a new team that we're building and a new company that we're building. And it was important for me to be there and for my presence to be there and for them to know that I'm committed to this. And I was just like so drained that I decided to take a flight home early to be with Sonny and Timmy because it had been a week of me gone. I had been in New York and then Catskills and then New York. And by New York, I mean Manhattan, blah, blah, blah. So then like I just felt shitty about myself afterwards about making a bad impression, not showing up as my full self. And it just like stung a little. Like it stings to really like reflect on something and know that you just didn't do your best job. And it reminded me that spreading myself too thin honestly makes me feel less present. And I need to really, really, really let that soak in. It makes me feel less grounded and honestly less me. And I don't want to feel like that. So the moral for me right now is to simplify per usual, to choose carefully because I can. And I think for everybody listening to this, there are so many things we have agency about that we can choose. Some things we cannot, that we don't have the luxury for, but certainly some things we can. And I urge us to choose carefully to protect our energies because honestly, the truth is we cannot do it all. We cannot. And I know I can't. For me specifically, I can't do two things at once. That's even too much for me. And when we try to do too many things, we cannot do anything well and we won't do anything well. So I'm committed here with you to simplify and do less.
Meet Suvie, your new personal chef. When I heard about a kitchen robot, I was definitely intrigued. Suvie is this amazing little kitchen robot that basically cooks dinner for you while you're out living your life. Suvie is a smart countertop oven and a flexible meal delivery service. The Suvie kitchen robot has built-in refrigeration so you can set up dinner in the morning, schedule what time you want to eat, and come home to a hot, home-cooked meal. No scrambling, no what should we do for dinner, back and forth, no last minute takeout. Suvie's meals are chef prepared, balanced, and just really good. With over 15 cooking modes, including air fryer, broil, steam, roast, everything comes out perfect. There's even an egg mode. Suvie has been a little lifesaver on busy days, and you can try it completely risk-free. Choose from over 50 complete meals with new options added each week. The orange chicken with rice and broccoli sounds so amazing. You can also use Suvie with all its 15 functions to make your own recipes. Suvie gives you 16 free meals when you order, plus a 100-day trial. That's more than 3 months to see if it fits into your life. Stop spending hours in the kitchen or a fortune on delivery. Go to suvie.com/withwit. That's SUVIE.com/withwit to get started. Save time, eat better with Suvie. Merit is one of my favorite makeup brands. It's minimal, but it's like maximal in results, if that makes sense. It's just so beautifully designed. The products are creamy and light and perfect for that 5-minute no makeup routine. Mornings lately are just feeling so stressful and chaotic and scattered and quick, and it just feels like a race. So I have found for me the quickest, easiest thing for me to do is use some of my Merit like on the go products. Merit is basically the antidote to the overwhelming world of beauty. Merit is a minimalist beauty brand that makes clean, high performing, and effortless makeup that you can actually live in. Everything is designed to be impossible to mess up, perfect for chaotic mornings, travel, or anyone who wants to look put together without spending forever in front of a mirror. So, one of my favorite go tos that I can just grab with me in my purse is the Minimalist. It works as both a foundation and a concealer. So, I can basically do my base in seconds. And then I'll also grab the Flush Balm for some natural color that blends seamlessly. And then I also just tried their great skin serum. It made my skin look so supple and hydrated and glowy. And like I actually slept 8 hours, which I haven't. All of Merit's products are vegan, cruelty free, and made with skincare ingredients that leave your skin looking better long after taking your makeup off. Ready to simplify your routine? Head to meritbeauty.com and get their signature makeup bag free with your first order.
So I feel like whenever I do a solo, I usually update everybody on the surrogacy situation, but I don't even remember where I was the last time I updated you. So I'll just give you a little update about what's going on, and not to feel like it's a chore at all, but sometimes it can because it's like just like logistics at this point. Like I don't want it to be, but it's just like we haven't even done an implantation yet, so it just feels like logistics. But we have found our surrogate, and I think I have mentioned that, but we are just like waiting for her cycle to start, for us to track certain things, for her to meet our doctor, and for us to get like a transfer going. Still early days, but obviously it's happening, and I'm like so ready for it to happen. So freaking ready. Like I'm just like want it, need it, have to have it. I know I sound like so blasé about it, like it sounds like a purse or something, but I just feel like at this point, that's how I have to think about it. Like it's not obviously like, but I'm just like excited, and it goes in the same vein of like spiraling less and having less anxiety about all of these things. I'm like really just letting life happen and knowing that you've done everything that you can do and just like letting it all take its course. I know that sounds vague, and so I feel like I want to give a little bit more of like some of the things that have really helped me through and some of the lessons that I've become very, very clear on after being in this place of unknown infertility for 7 years. Maybe you're undergoing IVF, maybe it's surrogacy, maybe you're considering donor eggs, maybe it's adoption, maybe you're even just thinking about freezing your eggs, maybe you don't even want kids. Wherever you are, here are some of the things that I feel like really helped me, okay? The waiting is obviously excruciating. It's like those in between moments that are excruciating, but it's not wasted. It's just part of the process. So just know it can take long, and there are all these little moments that can just feel like nothing is happening, but just know that it's part of the process. It's a waiting game, is just part of the journey. It's part of life, okay? Number two, grief and hope can exist at the same time. Two feelings that feel completely opposite can exist in us, and a feeling that may not be as positive as we want it to be doesn't also make us a bad person. You can feel devastated and grateful at the same time, and it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Number three, try not to do it alone. I know some of us feel like we can handle this, we or like no one's gonna get what we're feeling or thinking, or we feel like such shit, like we don't even wanna burden anybody and we can just get through it. Whether it's a partner, a sister, a therapist, or just people who you know have walked this road before you, there are always people to talk to about this. And there are so many of us that are going through this. Just no feeling that you have is like a feeling that someone else hasn't had before. Okay. So just know that. Find the ones who get it. It does not have to be a solo journey. It is too heavy to carry solo. I am still deciding how much to share in real time, but I do want to at least share these bigger milestones, even though I feel like I've shared this. But if you're in it too, just know how much even one step forward can mean, just like one little tiny step forward. So that's that. All right, let's lighten it up a little bit. All right. I made this amazing trail mix, or rather Julia did, but I helped him with the recipe. And we we gave it to everybody on a Catskills trip. And one girl ate 3 packs of it on the ride up and then couldn't eat dinner and had a really terrible stomachache. But more of that is to just say that this trail mix is just so freaking delicious. And I shared the recipe on Whit Forever, but I'm not sure if anybody subscribed to that. Let's lighten the mood a little bit. Is it so annoying to hear me eat while I record a podcast? Can you even? Has anyone ever even done that before? I took a recommendation from Valeria Lipovetsky on her Instagram, a book, The Lost Bookshop. Is that what it's called? She said it was one of the best books she's read this year. I am so sorry, but it is so boring and bad. I just have to keep it real with you guys. Like, I love Valeria, but like, I got into half of it, okay? And all of this is to say that it is okay to put it down. It is okay to put a book down if you're not enjoying it. It's not a failure. Do you spend time with people that don't make you feel good? Do you do things usually that you don't want to do? I mean, yes. But books, we do not have to finish a book we are not enjoying, okay? New rule. And I talked to someone about this, and I think I'm feeling better about it because someone else that I admire really like cemented this idea and made me feel okay about it. Like, I think that if you give the book an appropriate amount of time to be good, like I gave this book halfway and it is not good, you have every right to stop it. Okay. So Lost Bookshop, don't recommend. Also started reading God of the Woods, which I need to really just like sit down and listen to and / read for a while. I listen to my books. Okay. Let's be real. And not be stopping and starting because I feel like I'm getting the story all confused and getting lost in it. It's a hard part about the stopping and starting of Audible and listening in your car. But I really do want to finish that. And then I want to start Andre Agassi's memoir, Open. Timmy's told me it's one of the best memoirs ever. And I just really want to be inspired by someone like him. And I'm also really into tennis right now. So it just feels right. The vibe feels right. I haven't been watching much TV. I didn't watch the Love Island reunion. Like, how did I not? Now I'm even more excited to get this laser so I can sit and watch it. But I wish that I had some like real time judgment about this situation. But no, I haven't watched it. It gives me something to look forward to. I do want to watch the Nader sisters show. I feel like people are really into it and they say it's like the new cult classic. Are they the new Kardashians? I don't know. I am like, I don't know, not engaging too much in like pop culture and feeling good about it, really trying to like lean into my reading and like self-help and simplification process. This nectarine is good. Is it peach season anymore? I don't think so. Next thing that I'm gearing up for is Fashion Week. Always excited for Fashion Week. Trying to be thoughtful about the shows and the presentations that I want to go to, about the events that I want to go to, about the outfits that I want to wear, about the people that I want to spend time with, about the food that I want to eat, about what I want to put in my body. Just want to not feel so much pressure on myself. I don't want to care about being seen, but I want to enjoy it and I want to just like soak it in and again use it as a trip for inspiration and to cultivate relationships. And I think that Fashion Week is always a chance for me to just like remember why I love fashion so much. And so I just want it to be as simple as that. And I want to play with clothes and enjoy the city and less proving myself and just more pleasure in general. Before I wrap, I thought it would be fun to do some little journal prompts. Like I don't really journal. This is my version of it. But if you're listening and you journal, maybe take these with you or just think about them on a walk or in the shower or right now after you stop listening to this episode. One thing that for me, I really want to let go of the guilt of not finishing things, whether it's a book or a friendship or an email or a project or a workout. Letting go is not quitting, it's making space. So just taking the pressure off in that regard. Where I want to give myself some more compassion is just really in my own self-worth and in my confidence, telling myself that I am enough and that what I do is enough and that my value is not measured by how much I do or how much I produce or how much I achieve, but just like who I am and that is enough. Next one small thing that I can do for joy this week is literally just like sit outside and enjoy a cup of coffee in my backyard, even though the grass is disgusting right now. I would give you backstory on that, but it's boring. We got a jacuzzi and I told Timmy once we got a jacuzzi that like that would be the answer to all my problems and that it would change my life forever. I really just want to get back into the joy of the simple things and what I have. And honestly, sometimes the joy isn't in buying new things, but in actually obviously enjoying the things that we already have and that we've worked hard for. And that is my practice this week, just enjoying what's here instead of always chasing what's next. All right. And then before I go in classic with Whit fashion, thought it would be fun to do a little rapid fire, just like a little bit of what's on my mind right now. Current coffee order, been making it myself. I use my Nespresso pods. It's the blue kind, just Sadio. I use my coffee bean vanilla powder. I put 2 scoops of that in a mug. I brew my Nespresso pod and then I also foam whole milk and I make my own vanilla latte. The last thing I bought myself that made myself happy was Milbon Repair shampoo and conditioner and Unite leave-in oil that Tawny Dawson told me to get. I don't know, just like simple pleasures, simple self-care things that I like. Skincare product I can't live without right now is probably Hydrinity spray. What's that spray? That white spray or like the SOS spray, anything that is like calming and soothing. Look, I need a new routine. Favorite thing I've been wearing lately? My Timmy necklace. I remember the designer of it. It's baby gold. It is around $800, but so many of you always ask me about this necklace. And it's like a great investment piece, a great present. Baby gold. I'll link it for you guys below. My favorite wellness thing that I've actually been consistent with is facials, either hydrofacials or any kind of moisturizing facial with dermaplaning. Like I'm very, very, very consistent with that. Also really been into my hydration packets, my drip drop, my element citrus with a little bit of salt. Love those. And then just one word for how I want the rest of September to feel: light. Just light. Favorite snack right now? My Purely Elizabeth ancient grain granola. It's so good, classic, crunchy, fresh, organic, simple, like back to basics. I just love it. Not an ad. I'm going to go get my laser now. Wish me luck, guys. I'm scared. I love ending with something light just because life is both. Life is deep reflections and the silly things, obviously, that make us smile. So that's where I'm at right now. Somewhere a little bit between structure and freedom, ambition, and a little bit of rest. And I feel like if you're in that place too, or you're wondering how to balance it all, if you even just feel like you're not enough in the moment. Like, I see you, I feel you, I hear you. We're figuring it out together as always. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me be me. Most of all is like such a gift. Thank you for letting me reflect and hopefully give you something useful too. Honestly, hopefully, like you took away one little nugget of this. Also, sorry, quick, this was nobody asked me, but I'm very, very into natural nails. Look, I have a scar from when I fell off the e-bike. Natural gel nails are back, or at least I'm bringing them back. I can't deal with the oval. I can't deal with the length. Like, this is me. Love you guys. See you soon.